So it's Thanksgiving 2017 and I've been cooking all morning and part of the afternoon. I didn't get it ready quite by noon, which is when I'd rather have Thanksgiving dinner, but what is it, maybe 2 o'clock, James?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I've sliced up this lovely heart-shaped tomato for James, and so that each time he peels up a bit, then it's still a heart-shaped tomato. And there's antipasto there, and some beets. The beets that I was cooking in the oven, they're not done yet. They're huge. They're like this big. So I've just put a couple pickled beets. So those were pickled with thyme and honey brine. And we got these. I've never had them before. They're golden berries. I've had them dried, but I've never seen them fresh. And they look just like tomatillos, only they're orange inside. And I remember getting tomatillos once, and James said, "Oh, they look like gooseberries." And I was like, "Gooseberries?" You know, because I pictured the ones with all the thorns, and they don't look anything like this. But he thinks these are what they called gooseberries when he lived in Africa. Right, James?
Yeah.
So we'll see if they taste the same. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I put pineapple with, because that's James's favorite. When he was courting me, he'd bring me a pineapple instead of a bouquet of flowers. So, and that happened often. He'd bring a pineapple over. So pineapple, he loves pineapple. And I made smoothie with cherries from the tree and wild blueberries, which my grandma picked for me, and coconut milk and high EPA fish oil. It'll be good. And I put my gravy on the plate separately because I didn't have another. I don't have a gravy boat, so I had to use my measuring cup for James's gravy, and his is made with organic free-range chicken broth, and I don't eat that, so I made mine with veg better than bouillon, and it's great. Like, I put Marmite in both of ours, and it's made exactly the same, only his is made with the chicken broth and mine's made with the veg. Better than bouillon. So I'll show you Thanksgiving dinner over here. So if you were thinking, oh dear, she spent all day on that and that's all we get, no. This is what we get. So I'll just sit here and show it off to you. I made this pie. It's a meat pie for the dogs, but I mean, you can have some if you want to, James. It's fine. Then I'll plate, I brought these little saucers for them, and I'll plate little bits of food up for them. So I put just fresh carrots there, and I cooked our carrots in with the cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, because I prefer that. The dogs prefer it with just not cooked. And then I have a cheese sauce here, which doesn't have any cheese in it. James is lactose intolerant, and I should never have ever eaten cheese in my life, I realize now. But anyway, it's so yummy. So I did, and so did he. And now we don't. So that's nutritional yeast in there, and I put a little bit of miso. So you make a white sauce. If you don't know how to make a white sauce, look it up online, it's easy. And I used soy instead of milk. So, and nutritional yeast instead of cheese. And anyway, so this is tabbouleh, and I've made it with quinoa instead of couscous, but you can make it with couscous if that's what you like. And I've used our tomatoes that we've grown, our mint from the garden, our chives from the garden, it's still going strong, and our parsley from the garden, which is still perfectly fresh and wonderful. What else? It's just, oh, and I put some black beans in it just to boost the protein up a little bit because there's no bird, right? So anyway, there's sauerkraut that I made a while ago, and it has juniper berries in it. And the yam and the potatoes, and the pups will be able to share in that. And then this is what I use the birds. So you can stuff whatever kind of squash you want. I thought this one was lovely, so I chose this one. And it has stuffing with, let's see what I put in there. Oh, apples from the tree and walnuts. So, and that's James's gravy. So there's Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm dressed up as Supergirl. And I feel pretty super after getting this done today.
Because Halloween's coming up after Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah. And so anyway, it's just I like to dress up anyway, and it's the month of October. Why not keep dressing up? So every day I can be somebody different. And today it's Supergirl. So, and it's also the month of James and my anniversary. When we were married, and it turns out that we picked the same day as my grandma and grandpa on my dad's side, which I wasn't even aware of. It's funny how things turn out that way. And my husband has the same name as my grandpa, and I'm born in the same month as my grandma. It's just, you know, it's weird. But anyway, that's just how it is. And so yeah, Thanksgiving always reminds me of my grandma and grandpa. We'd always go to their house for Thanksgiving. And now I've managed to put enough special things in that make it ours. So yeah, this is it. Happy Thanksgiving.